So it looks like we're getting some more interesting news, and this could be prevalent in what's coming next generation for Xbox as well. I mean, things are starting to heat up there, and I'm sure that there's going to be a lot of people that are, super interested in that. Like myself, I'm curious to see how they handle it. Again, I've kind of stated that I'm very much not super interested in what they're offering if it's like a full Windows PC or whatever, but I'm sure there's probably going to be some people that are interested in it, maybe until they see the price. But for me anyway, I'm curious of a lot of answers. There's a lot of questions that I kind of want to have the answers to, and is that going to be something that they actually offer for a change? I think that's going to be sort of the big question going forward. And I think I'm not the only one with questions. I'm sure, don't you guys have the questions too? Like, if this thing's a PC, how is the multiplayer stuff going to work? And if they take away the paid multiplayer, are we still paying the same price for Game Pass, right? Because the whole idea behind Game Pass is that you're paying an extra on the console side to pay to play online. So if that's not the case, are they going to lower the Game Pass price? I think that's something that a lot of people would probably kind of wonder about, since PC Game Pass is so much cheaper than the console Game Pass, because you're obviously not paying to play online, but they still get access to the day one games. The other thing is there going to be like Xbox specific games? I think that's really a big question as well. Like, or is it just going to be all PC versions? What is going to be the reason to own this thing? Are developers going to support it as a device, or are they just going to say, well, if they have that, they could just get the Steam version? Because the Steam version is not going to give you Xbox achievements on third-party games. Like, there's so many questions to ask. Obviously, GDC, the Game Developer Conference, is getting ready to take place, and Xbox is going to have a major event presence at the event. Over there on the official Microsoft website, it's mentioned that Xbox is inviting developers to build for what's next, followed by an eye-catching tagline of "The future of Xbox starts now." What does this actually mean, though? Well, it definitely sounds like a reference to whatever's coming next for Xbox, and where things are going for the next few years. But there's also a lot of talk about Xbox's multi-platform strategy and how developers can work with tools, services, and opportunities to bring their games to more players. So, that's great. You know what I mean? I don't know. Just for me, that whole multi-platform strategy just doesn't work, because there's no reason to buy into Xbox with that. It says this from their site, and I quote, "At GDC, we'll share how we're giving developers the freedom to create and play on any device with anyone, anywhere. We want to make it easier for developers to build and ship games, provide more ways to reach players, and offer more freedoms to bring their bold creative ideas to life. Our goal is to empower creators of every size by providing cutting-edge tools, services, and opportunities that accelerate innovation, reduce barriers, and help developers bring their games to players everywhere. For us, GDC 26 is as much about showcasing the Xbox developer experience as it is fostering collaboration with partners and drawing our gaming future together. We couldn't be more excited to meet up with our friends and colleagues in the industry at GDC 26 and explore the many incredible new opportunities that await. See you there." So again, it's sort of an interesting situation. The most interesting thing here is that the first ever Xbox Dev Summit will be hosted as part of GDC 26, featuring 6 sessions that are specifically designed to help prepare attendees to build for what's next. This year, for the first time, we're hosting an Xbox Dev Summit where we'll be presenting 6 sponsored sessions to help prepare attendees to build what's next. Jason Ronald, the VP of Xbox of Next Gen, will be hosting a keynote which is titled "Building for the Future with Xbox." But again, the description mentions that it's about building more flexible, connected future rather than anything specific about the next Xbox console. Then again, it's unlikely they'll come out and directly reference a console that hasn't been properly revealed. That's the kind of stuff that'll probably remain behind the scenes, and who knows if it'll get any mention at GDC or not. Obviously, I'll keep my eye out if anything notable gets brought up. But again, so it's interesting that they're kind of doing that. Xbox developers keynote, "Building for the Future of Xbox." Press start, get your PC game ready for Xbox in one day. Build once, play anywhere. PlayFab powers Xbox across platform game services, leveling up player engagement and monetization with Xbox Play Anywhere. Xbox Partner Panel maximizing discovery and reaching beyond the next 25 years of play. DirectX, building console level GPU tools to the Windows. Gaming AI at Xbox, responsible innovation and player experiences. So I don't know, it doesn't really I'm sure some people will probably think, hey, this is cool or great or whatever the case may be. For me, I don't know, it just all sounds a little bit odd. It doesn't sound like it's something that realistically like a ton of people would be interested in. Again, I think it really kind of comes down to what type of gamer you are and how interested you are in what Microsoft is going to be offering in the first place. But for me, I kind of want to see get some of the questions answered, but I also want to see how they handle gamers in general, with how these things are going to come about. Like, again, like, what's the real reason? What's going to be the reason to actually even have these things? What's going to be the reason to to even buy into Xbox anymore? How is our games going to be safe? There's a lot of questions there. It's interesting that they're doing this, but it's like, again, and I've mentioned this on numerous occasions, is there really, because they're like so obsessed with this idea that people want to take their games everywhere, but is there really in their heart of hearts this big group of people that want to take their games everywhere? Right? Oh, I gotta go take a shit, let me take my game with me. Oh, I got my PC, I'm gonna jump from my PC to my console to my phone to this. Like, is there really millions upon millions of people doing this? Like, I don't believe there are. If there are that many people doing it, why aren't handhelds, why aren't the Steam Decks and the Asus ROG Allies and all, why aren't these handhelds selling like gangbusters? All of them combined are selling like less than 10 million. So to me, if these things are all like the things that people are wanting to do and begging Microsoft to do, then how come they haven't done it before? And how come Play Anywhere has been around for a decade and it's still a nothing burger, right? Like, I don't understand these things. Like, they're pushing these things that realistically, I think that to their mind it sounds good, right? But it's real, to me, it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't sound, like a big deal or whatever, but again, anything can happen. Microsoft is known to kind of change at a moment's notice. I firmly believe what they're doing, if you were to ask me, I believe they're trying to make owning an Xbox such a poor proposition that a good amount of people leave, right, with minimal fuss, because we are seeing that already. People are just like, well, whatever, I'll just leave. And then the rest, they'll, gladly switch them over to PC. And then, when they do stop, making Xbox consoles, Xbox hardware and all that kind of stuff, it'll be less of a blow and less of blowback, because you're going to have many less people complaining, because there's going to be many less people bothering. And the other thing is, when you stop, you'll be like, oh, okay, well, at least you won't lose your games, because you're already on a PC. So do you guys understand how, in my opinion, how that's going to work, right? Like, and then they're just going to go away. Like, we've already heard how they could do that whole situation with the idea that you could have multiple SKUs of this PC or whatever, and so for me, I kind of look at it and I say, well, I don't really see how that could work, and it's proven that it hasn't worked in the past, so why is Microsoft bothering with this right now? Like, I don't know, but again, maybe we'll hear something, maybe we don't. What do you guys look forward to maybe seeing with this whole GDC thing? I think it could be super interesting, but are we going to be able to get what we want out of it? I don't know. I think that's going to be very much a very interesting situation to kind of find ourselves in. So, again, Microsoft is going to be holding these things. They're talking about the future of Xbox, and again, we'll have to see how these things go, because I think there's going to be a lot of push, but like monetization and hey, AI, responsible innovation. Like, again, people are very much don't want anything to do with AI in gaming. So yeah, it's like, it's hard to really kind of be on board with all of this stuff anyway. So anyway, if you guys are enjoying the content, please like, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Certainly does help out tremendously. And if you guys want to watch more videos, and a simple like really goes a long way, or you can subscribe, whatever. That's cool too. I certainly do appreciate it. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crap Gamer 'em up. I'll catch you guys here later. Crap Gamer out.